Katherine, thank you so much for joining us here at FundForum International. You're based in Beijing,
Yes.
And your expertise is that part of the world. How are China and Asia indeed integrating ESG at the moment?
Yeah, sure. As you know that there has been a great momentum in ESG adoption in China and in Asia. I think there has been a lot of progress made in this area. As you know, China is a very policy-driven market. A lot of the incentive for asset managers to adopt ESG is coming from the policy. So we have the national level environmental policy enforcement, and a lot of associations and the regulators in the financial sector. They are also trying to spearhead the ESG investing or responsible investment concept in China. So a lot of top asset managers in China like us started to become PRI signatories and also starting to do ESG incorporation across the board, which means a lot of them focus on risk management side, and also some of them have developed or launched ESG themed product in China.
Do you see this as truly being integrated now? Because there has been a lot of lip service paid to this area over the past 5 years, say. Do you think that it's genuine what you're seeing? And is that driven by the fact that it's being pushed from on high, if you like?
Yeah. I like that question, actually. It's a very key question. And also one of the main challenges faced by us now. I think we're still at the stage of building capacity. Only the top asset managers have the capacity really to incorporate ESG across the board, which means we take a holistic ESG integration approach. But for many other like smaller or medium-sized fund houses, they may still, at the moment they're still trying to learn how to do it, because China is very unique. You have to put in local analysts, for example, specialists to spearhead the ESG integration. And we can't really just borrow experience or third-party research insights from globally. So
the approach is going to be very different to what it is in the US or Europe, say.
Yeah, sure. It's quite different. First of all, I think there's still a lack of understanding of ESG issues and the impact on investment in China. I think when you are faced with a lot of third-party ESG research providers, a very common problem of those research is that they lack the local granularity. So we put in local analysts who have extensive background in ESG research and investment in China, and we are trying to build our own proprietary ESG research framework. That is to interpret ESG risks and opportunities in the context of China. So we're trying to insert a lot of local views and trying to make the investment relevance more adapted to China.
Because at the end of the day, what really counts to a lot of asset managers is still going to be the bottom line.
Yes.
There's got to be good evidence that ESG investing makes sense for that bottom line. Yeah,
sure. So we have done a lot of data review work in the past year also. We have collected lots of data, because a common perception for ESG integration in China is probably there's been a lack of data to work with. But actually, if you broaden your search to, for example, government sources, for example, media sources, there are actually plenty of data to work with. So we have done that. We even deployed natural language technology to help with that process. And we accumulate the database and trying to analyze based on that. So we really found very interesting takeaways from that data analysis.
Is there much demand from the end user in China that this is the way to go? Do the end customers, the investors themselves, want to see their money being put into better, greener products and companies?
Yeah, sure. I think the demand is still mainly coming from institutional investors, not so much from retail, honestly. First of all, we saw the demand coming from the QF clients, the qualifying foreign investors, mostly European investors especially. They're very aware of ESG issues. They are proactively requiring asset managers like us to incorporate ESG issues in our investment.
Would you say that Europe are ahead of China for that reason in the ESG arena?
Yeah, sure. We are one of the first asset managers to sign up to PRI, and we have the largest ESG research team in China. We have a team of six ESG analysts dedicated to this, and working closely with investment teams to interpret the ESG risks and opportunities and also incorporate in portfolio management.
So you say you're one of the first, does that mean you're one of the few at the moment as well, really?
Yeah, sure, to be precise.
And when you come to a conference like this and you see, people from across the globe talking about ESG, what do you think and what do you want to take away and take back to China?
I've actually, I've always, loved to join this type of international conference with a lot of focus on ESG. In the past, I've been to PRI conference, annual conferences, and also our Europe, for example. I think these conferences are really eye-opening and very inspiring, because if you are in China, you would know that we don't have a lot of allies in this area. So, and also, it's a great opportunity for us to learn global experience. Even though there's no one fit for all strategy or approach, we can still learn, especially particularly what our investor clients are they're seeking for, and we know where to add value in that process.
What do you anticipate as being your greatest takeaway from being here in Copenhagen?
Well, I actually would really love to understand more about the recent EU taxonomy for sustainable development and for green bond. I think there are similar policy initiatives going on in China, and we are also participating in the consultation process. So I think there will be a lot of experience and lessons to learn from this. And I also would really love the networking opportunities here.
So just in summary, how would you sum up where China are at the moment in terms of ESG and where they still need to go?
Well, to be honest, China is still at the early stage of ESG, understanding ESG and incorporating ESG in investment. But I think the advantage of doing things in China is that everything gets done very quickly, and we learn very fast. So I think it's very promising that more and more asset managers in China will take on, and because this is must do. If you want to be in this industry, you will eventually incorporate ESG across the board.
Katherine, It's been great to talk to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you.